I took a couple of days away from working on the car because of Thanksgiving, do family things, and today I have a little bit of free time, so I'm going to work on it. I bead blasted and painted the hood latch assembly and the little brackets for it. I got to still do the headlight buckets, but today I think I'm going to start sanding the underneath, cleaning the underneath of the car. I might get these strut bars off too so I can finish up the frame here. And I need to get some primer on it. It's starting to rust in spots again where I cleaned it up just slightly surface, so I'll hit it with some sandpaper and maybe prime it up. Seeing I have brand new bushings for the strut rods, I pulled them out, and then I can paint all this up a little easier in here and paint the strut rods and just make it a little nicer. This is all just dirt encrusted grease on this. It just scrapes right off, and that's black paint underneath. That's in really good shape. It's just super dirty. Just amazing how it cleans up. That's some of the stuff I just scraped off. So another day of sanding. I got all this cleaned up, and this is all the green primer is zinc chromate, and that's probably going to be, everything that's primed in green is probably going to be urethane. I'm going to take the fenders off when I go to paint the inner fenders, and I think I'm going to get the urethane and the body color at the same time. So I think I'm going to paint the inside of the fenders off the car, and then I'll strip them, and well, maybe I'll strip them and then paint them. But anyway, I'm going to paint the inside, put a coat or two on the inside there and of the fender. And everything that you see in the red oxide primer is going to be Rust-Oleum semi-gloss black. The Rust-Oleum, I find, is the most durable, long-lasting paint for chassis and undercarriages of cars. After 40-some years of restoring cars and seeing some of these vehicles that I did 20, 30 years ago still look as nice as when I did them, that tells me that that's pretty good. And I have used quite a few other products, including the Por 15, and it's just expensive and it doesn't work any better. And in my opinion, it doesn't last as long. So I got everything that was bare metal primed to the differential. I'm going to do all the way to the differential. I'm going to paint the undercarriage to the diff, and then when I go to paint it the rest of the way back, I can just tape some, stuff, a curtain across the back there so it doesn't overspray up this way. But this way I can start putting the suspension back together. Get this painted up and let it dry. I can get those motor mount brackets in the suspension back in. Maybe get the engine and transmission back in. Start putting, I got to rebuild or reseal the steering gear yet. Probably do that. May work on that tomorrow or the next day. I don't know. I got a few things I got to get done, so I may not work on the car until maybe the end of next week. I don't know. Middle of next week anyway. And but yeah, it's looking good. And these videos are going to be short, like I say, because I can't be out here with my camera under the car sanding and all that dust, ruin the camera, and I certainly don't want it around when I'm spraying paint. I had actually had the truck outside, and before I put it back in, I washed it. Looks pretty good. I haven't washed it in quite a while. It needed a bath, and I cleaned up the 352 also, so it looks pretty darn nice. I just wiped it down with a damp towel just to kind of get any dust that might be on it, and it's looking good. So yeah, I got the inner fenders primered, and so it's ready to start shooting some paint. And like I say, I'm going to take the fenders off. I might get a gallon of paint stripper at the same time I pick up the paint, and then I can start. Might as well just strip them and paint them while they're off, and then I can, put the engine back in without the fenders on, so I don't scratch them if I do paint them. But and I got to get my body caulk, my seam sealer, to seal that all along there. The store is closed today, otherwise I'd run over there and get some stuff. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for the videos for the day. And you know, I'm sorry they're short, but that's just the way it is when I'm doing this kind of, you know, when I get into the body or get into the steering gear, there'll be a little more video, or into the brakes. I got to finish the brakes. I got to, you know, do the rear. I got to get all the brake stuff yet. I haven't even bought it, and I got to get the master cylinder off the booster yet. So there's still a lot of work to do. Clean up the hood hinges, the brackets, and I think I took these off. I don't know. I don't remember what I videoed and what I hadn't, but if I'm repeating myself, oh well. That way, you know, I can paint in where those go really well. And it's going to look good. That frame looks really nice. Radiator core support and our fenders, that's where that dent was from that receiver dehydrator. I mean, yeah, it looks really good. Didn't bother taking the clips off. Might take them off before I paint. But yeah, it's and I painted the did I show this or not? The hood latch and those braces, you know, just kind of plugging away at it. This has got date codes on it. Everything's about mid-April. I saw something else that had a really legible date code on it too, and I don't remember where it was now. And but it was April 10th, 66. So everything's pretty much on this car is dated April 66. So I don't think anything's ever been replaced or done to it. It's a pretty original car. So I'm going to call it a day, and if you like my videos, hit the like button. If you want to see this cool old Galaxie restored, subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.